Your coding agent can now watch a 2-hour video, understand a PDF, inspect the 3D model, edit footage, and even work inside Blender. And you do not need to abandon Claude Code or Codex to use it. Qwen has released MM Plugins, an open-source collection of skills and tools that can turn popular AI agents into multimodal agents. That means your agent is no longer limited to text and code. It can read images, videos, documents, audio, 3D files, and CAD projects, and in some cases, change or create them. The surprising part is where Qwen released it. The official installer supports Claude Code, Codex, Gemini CLI, Qwen Code, Qoder, and OpenClaw. Alibaba is giving competing agent platforms access to Qwen's multimodal tools. So in this video, we'll see what Qwen MM Plugins can actually do, how it works with your existing agent, and how to install it, and whether this is the missing layer that finally takes AI agents beyond coding. Because an agent that can only read text understands only part of your project. Qwen wants to give it access to everything else. Qwen MM Plugins is not one giant plugin, and it is not a new AI model. It is a collection of separate capabilities. You install only the parts you need. Each one combines instructions for the agent with optional tools it can call. The instructions are delivered as a skill. They teach the agent when and how to use a capability. The actual tools are only provided through MCP, the open standard that lets agents connect to external software and services. This structure is important because it works with the agent you already use. Claude Code remains Claude Code. Codex remains Codex. Qwen simply adds a new visual and media layer around it. After installation, the experience is supposed to feel natural. You reference a file and ask a normal question. You can say, summarize page 3 of this report and extract the table. Or, transcribe this meeting with speakers and timestamps. You can give it a photo and ask where it was taken, then tell it to verify the answer on the web. The agent chooses the relevant skill and tool in the background. So what can this system actually add? The core plugin is the foundation. It lets the agent inspect images and videos, but it also goes beyond normal vision. It can turn documents, source code, datasets, and 3D files into visual forms the model can understand. And the local core tools do not require an API key. For common files, the agent can work directly with media on your computer. Video and audio features may require FFmpeg, while Office documents, LaTeX, Blender, or FreeCAD files need their related applications. Then there is the API plugin, which adds Qwen's cloud models for harder multimodal tasks. That includes OCR for reading text inside images, visual grounding for locating objects, segmentation for separating parts of an image, speech recognition, and deeper audio-video understanding. Imagine you are building a website from a design screenshot. A normal coding agent may know that an image exists, but it cannot always understand the spacing, layout, or exact visual problem. With these tools, the agent can inspect the screenshot, locate elements, compare them with the implementation, and use that information while editing the code. This turns multimodal input from an attachment into something the agent can actively use during a task. But reading one image is the easy part. Long video creates a much harder problem. Most models can technically accept video, but sending an entire long recording into the context is expensive and difficult to manage. Qwen's video memory plugin takes a different approach. It builds a structured memory of the video. Instead of treating 2 hours of footage as one enormous input, it organizes the content into levels. The agent can find the relevant section, return to the right moment, and answer questions with timestamps. You could give it a lecture and ask for the main ideas. You could upload a long meeting and find every moment where a certain feature was discussed. Or you could search hours of recorded gameplay for one specific event. This is much closer to how a useful agent should handle long media. It does not need every frame in its active context at the same time. It needs a memory that helps it find the right frame when required. And once an agent can understand video, the next step is obvious. Let it create and edit video too. The Video Edit plugin combines editing instructions with Qwen and Alibaba media generation tools. It can generate images, create speech, produce video from text or images, and then use those assets inside an editing workflow. The supported tools include Qwen Image, Qwen Text-to-Speech, and WAN video generation. plus digital human lip sync and happy horse video editing. In theory, you could ask the agent to create a short product video. It could generate the images, write and synthesize the narration, create supporting clips, assemble the edit, and then review the result. This does not mean one prompt will always produce a perfect video. Editing still needs taste, timing, and quality control. Some generation features also require a dash scope API key, and full workflows may need FFmpeg, Node.js, and Chromium. But the direction is important. Coding agents are starting to become production agents. The same interface that edits your application could also prepare its demo video, read user research, and create visual assets. Would you use these tools inside Codex or Claude Code, or would you prefer a separate media agent? Let me know in the comments. And media is only one side of this release. Qwen also wants agents to build objects in 3 dimensions. Qwen MM Plugins include separate integrations for Blender and FreeCAD. The Blender capability can help model objects, apply materials and textures, set up lighting, and render a scene. The FreeCAD capability focuses on parametric CAD. It can work with STEP and STL files and can support engineering simulation workflows when the required tools are installed. This is a major expansion of what we normally call an AI agent. A coding agent works mainly with text files and commands. A Blender or CAD agent has to understand objects, coordinates, materials, measurements, and visual output. It also has to operate inside specialist software, where a small mistake can break the final result. The plugins do not magically make every model an expert engineer or 3D artist. The quality still depends on the model, the instructions, the installed software, and the task. But Qwen is creating a common way for agents to enter these applications. That gives developers a foundation they can improve, instead of building every connection from zero. There is even an education plugin that can create Chinese math and science explainer videos and interactive pages. It shows how these pieces can be combined into complete, specialized agents rather than used as isolated tools. The search plugin gives the agent web search, page extraction, and reverse image search. Text search can use Serper, Tavily, or Exa. Reverse image search currently depends on Serper. This allows a visual task to continue onto the web. For example, the agent can inspect a photo and form an idea about the location. Then it can search for matching images or landmarks, read supporting pages, and return a verified answer. The important difference is the complete chain. Seeing the image is one step. Searching, comparing evidence, and explaining the result turns it into an agent workflow. Some of these services need separate API keys, so the entire plugin collection is not automatically free. The repository is open source, but cloud models, search providers, and media generation services may still charge for usage. Qwen provides a guided installer for Claude Code, Codex, Qoder, OpenClaw, Qwen Code, and Gemini CLI. On macOS or Linux, you run the official installation script. It opens a menu where you can install, update, configure, verify, or remove individual capabilities. Each capability is installed separately, so you do not need Blender, video editing, and CAD tools if you only want image and document understanding. The installer also checks system requirements and keeps shared settings in one configuration file. After installation, an already open agent may need to be restarted or reloaded. Windows users currently need Ubuntu through WSL2. Native Windows has not been officially validated. The easiest starting point is the core plugin because local file reading does not require an API key. Then you can add Cloud Vision, Search, long video memory, editing, Blender, or FreeCAD only when you need them. This may be the most interesting strategic decision in the entire release. Qwen could have limited these capabilities to Qwen Code. Instead, the installer supports Claude Code, Codex, Gemini CLI, and other agent platforms. That means Alibaba does not need to win the entire agent market to make Qwen's multimodal system important. If developers install Qwen tools inside Claude Code, Qwen still becomes the visual layer behind part of their workflow. If they use Codex for reasoning, but Qwen for video understanding or image generation, Alibaba still gains a place inside the agent stack. This is similar to selling the tools instead of requiring everyone to buy the same workshop. And because the project uses Skills and MCP, it can follow developers across different agent platforms. The interface may change, but the capability can remain familiar. The repository is also released under the Apache 2.2 license. Developers can inspect it, extend it, and add new capabilities. That could turn Qwen MM Plugins into more than a collection of official integrations. It could become an open multimodal layer shared by many different agents. The promise is exciting, but installing a plugin does not remove every limitation. Some capabilities work locally, while others depend on DashScope or third-party search services. Video workflows may need FFmpeg. Document rendering may need LibreOffice or TeX. Blender and FreeCAD obviously require their full applications. The agent also needs a model capable of using these tools correctly. Giving a weak model access to Blender does not make it a professional 3D artist. And because these tools can read files, call cloud services, and modify projects, users should still review permissions and important outputs. So Qwen MM Plugins is not one-click magic. It is an open toolbox. Its value depends on which capability you install, which model controls it, and what task you give it. Qwen MM Plugins may be one of the clearest signs that AI agents are moving beyond coding. The important idea is not that one agent can now open an image. It is that the same agent can inspect a design, search for visual evidence, and remember a long video. Then generate media, edit a scene, and work with 3D or CAD files. And Qwen is bringing those capabilities to Claude Code, Codex, Gemini CLI, Qwen Code, and other harnesses instead of locking them inside one product. For developers who only work with source code, the complete collection may be unnecessary. But the core plugin alone could be useful for screenshots, documents, diagrams, and visual debugging. For creators, researchers, engineers, and teams working with long videos or 3D files, the larger plugin system is far more interesting. Qwen is not trying to replace every agent with one new interface. It is giving the agents people already use a new set of senses and a new set of hands. If this video helped you understand Qwen MM Plugins, leave a like and subscribe for more practical AI videos like this one.